Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Vinyl Podcast. I'm your host, Scorch. We do not have Wish this week, which, well, I thought he was the other co-host, but I guess he's not. I guess he's leaving forever. He's not. He's just... God. Anyway. Anyway. That didn't work out very well. Maybe one day we'll go back to it. But that didn't work. But for the people watching us on YouTube or the live stream currently, it is Rowdy messing up, saying the N-word. Well, he's not.
I didn't say anything.
He's not saying it, but you know. Anyway, so I'm taking too long to do this. So we have Sky, the other co-host.
Howdy ho, Rangers, yeah.
We have two new people. We have Ghost,
Correct.
and we also have Rowdy. All right. Rowdy, do you want to say anything?
Nope.
Okay. So let's just, since we got two new people, and these guys were part of the original group, let's talk about how we met them and such. So, Ghost, would you like to start?
Nope.
Please.
I don't really know what you want me to say. We met on Gaming Lab.
Okay.
That was when Campbell was still Neo.
Yeah. Screw
Those are the
Campbell.
days.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, no, screw him. Anyway, Rowdy, how did we meet?
I got on Gaming Light one day and was just running around after training, and I saw you with some other guy. I still don't remember who he was because I only
Are you
met
sure it
him
wasn't
once.
Jordan?
I'm pretty sure it wasn't Jordan.
I thought we cracked this. I thought it was like Kermit
Yeah,
or something
I
like
thought- I really forget, but I don't think it was Jordan because he sounded white.
that. It had to be Hayden because Hayden wasn't with the 91st forever. He left.
It might have been him because I really only remember seeing him one time, and that was when I joined.
Yeah, and then you got banned for even after you donated. Which is a problem with Gaming Live. People like donate and they get banned. So
Well, I mean, it's not like they banned me after I donated to like steal my money. They banned me because I cursed out several dozen people, but that's besides the point.
is it though? You've cursed out like so many servers, dude.
They deserve to be cursed out
Then why do you play on Gmod?
because I have to keep you fucks entertained.
All right. Sky, do you remember how you met these guys? Was it with us?
Yeah, the first one I met was you, actually, Scorch, and then
Mm.
Ghost took me around the event editor, and I watched him do laps, and then Rowdy yelled at someone, and I was like, whoa, I'm not gonna talk to him again. So that was how I met all of them.
And
Yeah.
then Sky got Sky worked his way up to, I think it was Sergeant Major, and that got promoted for talk.
Yep.
That's how it be.
Up here.
That's how it be.
I still hold a grudge against you for that, Scorch.
Okay. I bet you do. Oh yeah, I remember that day. Let's see.
And I left for 4 days and came back to Sky being a cat.
I didn't get past warrant officer, though, so you're wrong.
Dude, I had so many topics in my head while we were just before the pre-show or on the
Were you
pre-show.
two there when I cursed out Nemo? When I yelled
Sky
at
I was
wasn't.
there.
I was.
I was there.
I was. He's still on Gaming Lit,
Oh,
even though he got banned. So I don't know why. When I got banned, they can go back, but whatever. I had so many topics in my head.
I got a topic.
Oh, go ahead.
Alright, so I know you're not gonna like this one, but I think it's what we have to do to get some viewers in this. Maybe some Gmod moments. Some
Gmod fun.
epic funny moments.
Oh wait, I forgot to do the comment or the rating.
Oh, you idiot! Absolute mongoloid. Alright.
All right, let's see. Who should we pick? We got Ben's, we got Kwame's, Space,
We already
and
did
or
Ben's.
Terra's. Oh yeah, Kwame, Space, or Terra. Which one?
We'll do space, I think. It's 5 out of 5. You got
All right,
this one.
Space says 5 out of 5. Uh, so many nostalgic shows and games from episode 3.
Ah, that was a good episode.
That was one of my
Like
favorites.
only
Just
last week ago.
yeah.
So
Um, we'll say Terra's 4 out of 5 stars. The word mongoloid was not said, so not a 5 out of 5, but still pretty good. Oh
that's
well,
a Michael Lloyd moment.
it
And he
is.
signed his name.
Oh, and he signed his name, Terra.
Because you told them to. Oh, also, Derek is cut. Thank you for the follow. I'm not sure if that's new, but I just saw it. So
I think it's from a few days ago.
it's pretty cool.
Oh,
though.
and before we get into like the real chatty moments, I'm gonna start on our Discord, some mod applications. So, eventually, if we ever get popular or something, I want to have better. I want to have actual Discord mods that will be there every Friday, for the podcast, or there for every podcast, just so they can check the chat and stuff. Because I don't want people who are in the podcast, doing that for me, because then they're not paying attention. So anyway, back to our regular scheduled program, and so Sky, you have a topic?
Yeah, I said it already.
I don't remember. Oh yeah, Gmod
was-
moments.
Epic, funny Gmod moment.
As much as I don't like Gmod, or don't like
There's some
talking
pretty
about
epic
Gmod, there was
moments.
some pretty epic moments. That's where I met all of you guys.
Alright, I'll go first because this one's pretty recent and only Scorch would know it because you were the only one with us. I'm not gonna say the name of the server because it's dead.
It's not up anymore.
It's not up anymore.
It was
it
very
was
fun.
after-
There was nothing wrong with the server. We just stopped
Let
playing.
me talk. Alright, you shut up now. So this was Scorch's last server before he deleted Gmod entirely. It was called Not Gonna Say It, and it was pretty fun. You know, he got Commander the second day he was on it, and we just hung out, but they didn't do events, so eventually it died.
Yeah.
But I think maybe the first day we were still CTs, and we were just walking, and then we heard yelling. I went over, and there was this guy
Oh.
yelling and preaching about how something about God, and it was just the hilarious thing ever. Wait, that you get what I mean? It was funny. Man.
Yes. Yes, it
And
was
he said-
funny.
How descriptive. I feel like I was there.
Well, it was. He was.
I
screaming
forgot what
about
he was
devils
talking
and
about, but he was.
Jesus.
It sounded like he
Yeah.
was in a cult or something, and like he was just
No, he
preaching
sounded like
on.
he was high, not like. And everyone came, like the whole server was there, all like 20 people who were on, and we were just listening to this one guy go on and on about Jesus and devil. It was just the weirdest,
The
most
devil's music.
thing
Uh.
ever happened to me on Gmod. I recorded like 2 seconds of it because I was retarded and didn't think to do it earlier. But yeah, and then
If
he just
people are
left 'cause
wondering-
he got scared.
The reason I got Commander the second day was just because I had we went on the server, like knowing that I wanted to go back to old gaming light days before they all became corrupt, and where I met everyone, and you know, starting over fresh, knowing no one, going on this server. The only reason I got it because I was going up against this other guy, and
Who didn't speak English.
he did. He just had a very heavy accent. And I kept all the troopers, like the clone troopers, even though we were all privates. The 4 troopers that I brought were brought. So Sky, Rhino, and Terra. So it's 3. We just kept walking around in the line, and I had a clone voice, because I can do a clone voice, and I got the voice changer and stuff, so it made it sound like it was an actual clone, and just non-stop straight roleplay as a clone trooper, and like a high ranking, even though I was only a private, and then that's the only reason I think I won. Well, besides answering the questions properly and in depth.
No, I remember that. Wasn't as epic as some other moments, so I don't want to bore everyone because that was pretty
Oh
boring.
yeah. I don't. Yeah,
What?
that was pretty boring.
Yeah. Okay. So Rowdy or Ghost, do you have anything?
I mean, I guess we could talk about one of the times I got banned on a server.
Yeah, absolutely. Talk about all the
Which
times you've
one?
been banned. Which
Alright.
one?
I give you a whole 40 minutes.
We got.
So- First server I got on with these guys was Gaming Light, and it went pretty smoothly for a while. I was an officer and all that, and just sometimes I didn't get along with people in charge because they were idiots, and I told them they were
Sometimes.
idiots. And
They didn't like that.
yeah, they didn't like that too much, but
They didn't like the truth.
getting kicked from the 91st, we were doing it was an event, right? I think it was an event, and
Wait, who
one of
kicked
the
you out?
people. What?
Who kicked you out? Was it Campbell?
Yeah, I think it was Campbell.
He only ever did things if he was told to, because he would never make his own decisions. So, yeah, he was a stuck up. He really was.
But we were doing an event, and for some reason he always said I minged, which I never did. Like,
He was
of
the big
all the
man.
things I've done, I've never minged. So I don't know why he picked that. Because if he said anything else, it would have been true. He just picked the one thing I never did.
Yeah.
But he said I minged a lot, so I had one chance left, and blah blah blah. So at an event, this one guy started screaming how he had a bad feeling about this, and just quotes from the movies.
Yeah.
So I went up to him. I was like, "You're not a main character. You can't say that." And then Campbell just went off on me. He's like, "Who the fuck do you think you are? I said no minging, blah blah, yada yada yada." And
Didn't he do that in
I
like
didn't know
front
what
of all
to
the other commanders just so he could seem tough?
yeah. And
Yeah,
then
Of course.
I called him out on his bullshit. I was like, "I don't know what you're talking about. It wasn't minge. You're overreacting." And that's when I think he kicked me out of the 91st. Or I mean, there's so many times it gets like grouped together. It's a blur. Cause it was Gaming Light where we met Green, right?
Correct.
Okay, so
He
when
was
Scorch
Mace
talked about
Windu.
how what?
He was
Oh,
Mace Windu.
he was Obi-Wan.
Oh, and then he turned into Mace Windu. Yeah, he's the one who banned you.
Yeah, he was Obi-Wan, and we were doing an event on Nar Shaddaa, and the Jedi had nothing to do, so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go out patrolling with the 91st. And he stopped me when we got out. He was like, I don't know what you're doing, get back to the temple, blah blah blah. Just started yelling at me, and I was like, I just want to fucking do something, let me go. Or he didn't like that very much. And then he was like, just go back to the base, and I was like, sure, I'll go back to the fucking base. So I turned around, he's like, what'd you say to me? So I turned around, I was like, I'll go back to the fucking base. And then he went off on me again. I told him to shut the fuck up already. And then I think that's when he banned me. So he bitched the guy who was Yoda, some awful, awful Yoda impression.
It was Divide.
And I didn't really care about getting banned because it happened before and I was used to it. But I was just talking to him. I was like, I mean, I cursed at him. I didn't curse at him, I cursed towards him.
Right.
And he was like, yeah, I get it, blah, blah, blah. But he stuck up for Green anyway. I don't know why. And then a little bit after that, I was brought into a TeamSpeak call with like all the commanders, all the Jedi, blah, like just the highest ranking people on the server, interrogating me and all that, and I was just cursing them out. They were cursing me out. I insulted them. They insulted me, and it was just a war zone. It was like 12 people all going against me, and then I don't know if this was before or after, but it was in another TeamSpeak call. when Campbell was saying he wished the cancer killed me and all that.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And then I think he got in trouble for that. Something happened to him. And then he came back. He's like, I didn't mean it. I'm sorry. I feel so bad. And then, yeah, that's basically all of the stuff that happened on Gaming Light. Then we went to Greentown, which is the guy who banned me that second time as Obi-Wan.
Why
And-
did we? I didn't think you would go back after. But I completely forgot about that.
After what, Greentown?
Yeah, no, after he banned you, like we'd go to Greentown. Oh, but I could
I'm pretty sure it was your idea.
probably was.
And so we went to Greentown. He was okay with me. We never really saw eye to eye. Mostly because I told people not to donate, because
Oh yeah,
it
that's
was
why.
gonna be a waste of money. And then he tried to screw with me, and I didn't take it.
You
he
screwed
didn't
with
like
all of
me-
us.
What?
He screwed with all of us.
Yeah, but I was really the only one who said anything about it.
Well, your parents just went through a divorce, and
Was
I
that on Greentown?
yes, yeah, I remember that exact day. We were on
Oh,
the
yeah,
Imperial
'cause it was all-
server.
What's his name?
I went up to Green. And I was like, dude, all right, Rowdy might go off, dude, because his parents are going through a divorce, and I don't know. He's very unpredictable, especially when he gets mad or like in his
No,
feelings.
'cause it wasn't Green who caused that. It was some other guy. It was there were like two people I really hated on there. I can't remember his name, but basically I was in one of the offices, and he came in. He was like, "All right, we're lining up for formation. Get in here." And I was like, "Nah, I'm not doing anything." So he was like, "Yeah, you are. You're getting to um, you're getting to formation. We're going to an event. I don't care what you have to say. You're going." And I just wasn't taking it. I was like, "I don't give a fuck what you say. I'm not going anywhere. Suck my dick. Blah blah blah." And then I forget what happened after that, but somehow I pissed Green off. We
Because-
probably argued over something again.
Yeah, something stupid, but he was like, all right, that's it. I was like, Green, no, 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 no. And then he's like, dude, I can't. I'm like, what? Dude, Green had the easiest job. He just took all of what Wish said, or what Wish did to his credit. But you know what? Without Greentown, I wouldn't have gotten like as close to you guys. So that's the only thing I can thank him for. And then
I
we moved on
remember,
to
like,
Ace.
A little bit after I got banned, I came back and
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know
yeah.
if he.
Yeah, you were
he
my
didn't know-
you were my cousin.
No. Like actually on the server. So I forget if he didn't ban me that one time or just I came back. And I don't think he knew it was me because I changed my name on the server to something else. And we were doing an event on Hoth. And everyone went down there. We were killing NPCs. And I forget how we found out it was me, but he said something. I was like, "Go fuck yourself" or whatever, and he recognized my voice or something. And then he started yelling at me for, I don't know, he's a pussy. That's why.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, basically. And then Ace roleplay. It started off bad. Like I was on for a couple hours, and we were doing an event. And I didn't know he was the owner at the time, but Halo was screwing with things. I think he was screwing with Sky or someone. And I told him off.
Was it like the first day you were on? Because I didn't come until later. I don't think.
I forget when, but we were doing like a
I remember Rice did, because he would switch to people's like characters and then just minge around.
no. It was definitely Halo that I
I don't
argued
think
with.
It was me then.
But we were doing like a team deathmatch or whatever we called it in the
Yeah.
pit, and he was screwing with someone, and I kind of told him off for it. So he was pissed off about that. I didn't even know he was the owner, but then I had like 7 other people come at my throat because of that, and then I was arguing with them, and it was just going back and forth for a while, and then it kind of simmered down, and that was it for a while. But we were only on there for like a couple weeks, right? 3 weeks or something like that.
Yeah, I think so. It was like end end of December, early January, and then we started
Yeah.
Synotic on the 22nd of January this year.
Oh,
No,
it's
January this year.
I don't know about you, but I didn't have any problems with Ace until they started bringing staff problems into like community meetings, which is where I was kind of like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah,
Why are
that
you
whole
guys
staff
doing
problem
that?
thing.
I don't care. Let me play.
Ghost, did you have any
I have a few like just stupid moments that we had during gaming light. Just for clarification, these are all good. We look back on them of fondness, except for maybe Rowdy. Anyway, but no, I think one of the biggest times, well, the three things that really stand out to me the most are the "we are here because we are here." I don't know why I found that really funny. But another time was when oh wow, Rowdy. I said Roundy. That was another time was when we were training. We were doing some ARF training, and Scorch was like, "All right, remember, don't press shift," and then just flies into a mountain at Mach 3.
wait, well that yeah, those are pretty those were the days.
There's no defending that one.
No, there isn't. Those speeders, dude, were so
Like,
I
if you
like
were
the-
running and then decided to get on them, they would still go. Like, think you were pressing shift. It was kind of annoying. But it was funny when someone did it, they just crashed into a bunch of people.
Dude, when I forget who it was, but some like higher up jumped on a speeder and crashed into a group of like 12 people and killed them all. Oh my god, the speeders were just so broken.
yeah, they were.
It's just
Do you have any
dumb.
cyanotic or scorched moments that you
I mean, besides the quote wall.
The quote, man. That's a whole podcast on its own.
wait the
But I don't know
quote
where
wall?
it is.
I'll give a quick
Scorch's
preview
quotes?
of it. So
Oh,
basically,
dude, we don't need to talk about that.
oh, we'll give a quick
We
preview.
do, we really do.
So basically,
Um,
Scorch says some
My
something,
parents
you know?
might watch this one day.
It's not bad. I don't know what you're talking about. It's not bad.
Okay.
But
It's just got a few mentions of children.
it's just got a few mentions of some really some, some really stupid stuff he said. Uh I'll give an example. It was something about a dog and intercourse. I remember that one specifically because it was very, very weird.
Mom, Dad, if you're watching this, I have no clue what they're talking about. I don't remember anything.
I do remember this one. I'm not gonna go
Sounds
into
like you
details.
screwed the pooch.
Yes, he
You made a
did.
funny joke.
Yeah, that's all I got for you. That's all I can still say.
Thanks.
Another moment. It's not from Psynotic or Scorch, but again from Gaming Light, where the entire 91st decided to overthrow.
Oh, dude, that was a good day.
That was.
It really
We
was.
had it was me, Jordan. No, Rhino wasn't there yet. You were commander when Rhino joined. Wish, probably Rowdy. I don't know if he was kicked out at that point.
What were we doing?
When we overthrew Campbell.
Oh no, I think that was after I was already gone.
Yeah, and then Jordan, or it took forever. for us to get a
Jordan
new...
to be commander, and then he had to go like a week after getting it, and then it took Scorch, I think, a month to get actually promoted from vice commander.
Ah. Um. Anyway, let's move away from Gmod. I think we've talked enough about Gmod.
I don't know, man. It's kind of a good topic. We're already on it.
Oh my god.
We could do some bad moments also if you want.
Do we have any bad moments? Like what kind of?
I have a lot of bad moments actually, all from the Synodic.
Really? Go ahead. Explain them.
Okay, well, I don't know. This one's kind of obvious if you were there for it. I don't know if all of you were, but so this is when we started getting a lot of people, right? And there was this guy. His name was Keever, right? Keever the rat, Skeever.
Skeever.
That's what the Shady Sam calls him. Anyways, so he first got on the server, right? He was a CT. He was like, everyone loved him because he did trainings and he did the formations, which honestly, if you think about it, it's not that important because you're supposed to do it. He's just doing what he's supposed to do, and he got commander in like 2 days, which obviously should have been a red flag for
Absolutely. Stop
the
cocking.
staff.
Oh, what are you doing, Rowdy?
But anyways,
Okay.
I don't know why it was. It was just we just went past our mind because we're all like, "Whoa, he does what he's supposed to do." That's crazy. I think one person maybe.
How rare.
Was it Rhino who didn't like him or something like that? I think
Everyone
someone,
didn't. No, it was Jordan who hated him.
Right, but everyone else was like, "Yo, he's cool. He does everything right." And he gets commander. All of his friends are in the CT battalion. He doesn't want to leave them because some weird reason. I don't know. He wanted to stay in CT for some reason. It's kind of edgy if you ask me. Like, who wants to be in CTs? I don't know. But Wish had been planning this mega big event
That
was
he
supposed to
never
start.
did.
Well, there's a reason for that. And
No,
I'll
he
get
could have
to it
done it on
later.
any other event, on any other server.
So the event, it was pretty cool. I actually was like studying it for like a couple nights so I didn't mess up.
Studying it.
I was like second in command. Honestly, hadn't been commander before that.
Okay.
Probably said I
Throwing
did,
some
but I
red
didn't.
flags.
Yeah. But I was second in command, so I was reading it, whatever, and I was all hyped up. I think everyone was hyped up for it because it looked really cool. That fateful night, we had just gotten some new classes in. We was ready to go. About 10 minutes in, when we switched to the map, it just hadn't started yet. And I know you were in a call with Keever and some other staff members. I think Ghost was in there. Then out of nowhere, I see. I don't remember who it was. I think it might have been you. And you said that the event was delayed for like almost half an hour. And everyone
What
was like,
was?
"Oh, the event was delayed."
Oh,
'cause
yeah. Well,
obviously you were talking to
it was.
Keever or whatever.
Yeah, it was delayed because right before the event, like after we loaded into the map, we just let's see what happened.
I know what happened. I was gonna say it.
Yeah, they were threatening to
Should I
leave.
keep going?
I don't know why actually. They were threatening to leave.
It wasn't the generals. It was before that. I'm pretty sure they had a problem with some staff members and some commanders. Like,
Probably.
they didn't like Glutton. I don't think. They didn't
No,
like...
they didn't. They hated Glutton.
I also heard from someone they didn't like me.
Hi, Arrow.
They're kind of stupid, but anyways, that happened, and they threatened to leave, and we had 40 people on for that event. It was our highest ever. That event right there. I think we went down to like 10. It was crazy. We lost 30 people in a matter of like less than half an hour,
Yeah.
just because of that one person and all his friends. Eventually, I think he came back, and a couple other ones came back like maybe a couple days later because
They came back a day later to say, I wanted to watch your server die.
No. That was after that. They came back real this time, and they started playing again. And then after that, generals, that whole ordeal came. That's when they really left, and it came on
Oh,
and
God.
everyone. But
Yeah.
we already went over that a little bit in the first one.
In
so
the
I don't go
first
into
one, yeah,
detail.
I don't
But
want.
let's
That's
say
this is the
let's
part
say
I don't.
Kiever
These are the parts I don't like
is
talking
something
about.
about- I mean, it's
Uh,
something to talk about. It's pretty interesting, I think.
let's
That
frame away
the
from
community
Gmod
getting
because
so
I have a feeling
far.
every week we're gonna be talking about Gmod, a little.
We have talked about it once.
Um, anyway, changing the topic. Do you guys have any? I don't know why. I just think it's because I'm wearing a like an aviator
Geek
jacket,
child.
an aviator jacket. That
Okay.
Do you have any grandparents or anybody in your family that's been in the military? Or and if
Yes,
so,
Oh, my
what
great
wars?
grandparents.
both of them, actually.
Same with mine, but
Uh, so one of them actually he was in the military. I think he was an officer, maybe. I think it was maybe the 50s he was in it, or the 60s. Definitely in the 60s, actually.
wait,
'Cause
what was he?
he was an officer in the U.S. Army.
What war? Korean? That sounds Korean.
He wasn't in a war. He wasn't deployed because he
Oh,
had a
okay.
heart attack before he could get deployed, and he
Oh,
passed.
that's just an excuse.
Uh, that's basically it. And then my other grandfather, he was in the Korean War in the Navy, and basically he didn't see any combat like at all. They just were on the ship for like the last couple months of the war, and he remember him talking to me, my brother, about it. And after the war was over or whatever, they made land on Korea, and I don't remember like all of it, but it was something like people were like happy or something of South Korea or something like that. Maybe I don't remember exactly, but he said it was just cool to be part of that. Or
I
whatever.
know a
He's
lot
like,
about
"Go."
wars. I just don't. I'm not too like caught up on the Korean War. I
So
don't.
basically, it was very cold and gray, and the war
Yellow.
bounced back. Like at first, North Korea went all the way down to like almost
That's right. That's right. Yep.
halfway through South Korea, and then it went all the way up back to China, and then it went into the middle, and that's where the
Kind of
two
sounds just like the
countries
Vietnam War.
are divided today. Yeah, but except we won basically.
Oh, that's what we should play.
Okay. Rowdy, don't you have some grandparents that were in the military?
Yeah, my grandfather was a sergeant in the Marine Corps. My uncle was a second lieutenant in the Army, and I think he was just a petty officer first class in the Navy. My other grandpa was, I don't know what rank he was, but he fought in Korea.
All right. So you couldn't go into the military or the Marines because you had scoliosis.
It was a mix of everything, really. It was like,
Yeah,
It was
Rowdy
iffy.
has to be the most unlucky lucky person. I would.
it was iffy to
the
begin
world.
with because I had cancer as a baby. So from that point, it was kind of like they didn't know if I could join, and then developing the scoliosis was kind of like the final nail in the coffin.
Did you develop that as you got older?
Yeah, it's scoliosis is like
Is it
really
genetic?
quick. No, it's just thanks to chemotherapy and radiation, the body doesn't
Oh.
really grow that right.
That's God. At least you got past the cancer. I mean, and they just wouldn't let you, even though after all of this. When did you have your surgery for your scoliosis?
September 1st, 2017.
And you wanted to go into the military, or when did they? When did they deny you?
Like I never went to a recruiter, and was like, "Hey, can I join?" And they were no.
Yeah.
But I don't need to go to a recruiter and ask them because
You already know.
I already know. Like
Yeah.
I can't bend my back at all,
Oh, you can't.
so I'm not gonna. What?
You can't.
No,
Like, will you ever be able to?
no. There's metal rods in my spine.
Oh God. I thought that just like was like some there temporarily just to make like straighten your back, kind of like a back brace, but like and then they would take it out eventually, like when you got older. So now your back is all straight.
No.
So your back will always be a little crooked.
No, my back's straight, but I just can't bend it.
Mm.
Like back braces, they aren't meant to solve the problem, they're just meant to delay it.
Mm.
And my scoliosis happened so quick that there really wasn't any chance to even attempt a brace, so it just went right into surgery.
Yeah, we saw some pictures that you sent us of the x-rays, and it was just like, what? Dude, it's like a slithery snake. Yeah.
What?
It's just, wow, that's insane. Like how you like got through all those things, but I mean, I guess you definitely couldn't go into the military if you couldn't bend your back. I don't even think you probably couldn't even get through basic training, right?
I mean, I'm kind of tempted to talk to the Air Force because that's not like so physical.
Yeah.
But I feel like even then there's still like a basis that they wouldn't let me in.
Did any of you guys do ROTC at your school?
I did.
Okay. So you know you know some of like the kids that look like there's no way that they'll ever be or go into the military, like the fat kids or the
Oh yeah.
the ones who like so when I had PE, there was always the ROTC class that went out and ran the track. So we were like playing football or soccer or something, and or kickball even, and not that it matters. But then these guys, these like fat people, and it's like I had this friend who didn't give a shit. Like he would go up to like one of them and be like, "Dude, you're fat," and like he wouldn't care. I wasn't like that. I would be like, "Dude, come on," we were walking around the track because he wasn't one of like the athletic people. He wasn't fat himself. If anything, he was the opposite. And we just walked the track because he didn't want to run. And there was this fat guy that was like, and I can say he was fat because, well, he was, especially for his age. His shorts, like these are crappy like ROTC shorts, so they're like riding up his ass, and it looks like he just has a straight wedgie, and he's running. He's all red. He's like shaved his head, and oh my god, they get like halfway around the track, like of jogging. And they're putting their hands on their heads like Jesus, like they ran for their lives. Like it,
Oh my god.
I'm like, and these guys are going into the military. These are the people that are going to be protecting our country.
Not really, because ROTC, like in high school, it's JROTC.
Yeah,
and that's not a commitment. JROTC is just like an extracurricular thing, like band.
Really?
So, yeah, anyone who does JROTC, that's not like you sign a contract with the military, you're going in. That's ROTC, which is in college. That's the program where
there's some kids. There's some kids that are definitely wanting to go into the military.
In ROTC, there's some kids who join the military, but not all of them. So if you have fucking tubs of lard doing the mile or trying to do the mile run, they're not joining the military. They're just doing it for credits.
Yeah, but there was an oddly amount of fat kids. Like these kids probably were in band too, because you know how the band kids are a little. I know Sky, weren't you in band?
Wow, call him Sky. I like that.
No, I know Sky.
It was required in elementary school.
In elementary, that doesn't count.
Yeah. I did it in middle school too.
That doesn't count either. I'm talking about high school.
Well, I didn't do it
the
in high
furries.
school. No, I didn't do it in high school. I saw the crowd in 7th grade, and I was like, I'm about to head out. I'm not gonna be with these kids.
So if you want to be in band, you have to be like a fucking die-hard liberal. That's basically how it is.
I mean, I can play the trumpet good. It's just.
Okay, Louis Armstrong.
Weirdo.
So, my granddad. Back to the war, my granddad was in. He has the Bronze Star. We just found his papers the other day, and when we went up to DC, my parents and I, we went to the archives, and I guess they had a fire in like 72, so like most of their archives burnt. Luckily, he came back at 70, so his saved or something, or he got his papers before they went into the archive. So we have for the Bronze Star and all the other awards he got. But he fought in the World War II as a B-2 gunner. Yeah, a B-2 bomber gunner, and he was in the Korean War, which we just found out the other day, and he was in the Vietnam War. He was in the Air Force for the 33rd Tactical Air Corps or something like that, and yeah, it was really cool. It really makes me like knowing that like my granddad like fought in war. My dad didn't. I think my dad was more of a, because in Vietnam there was either you were, and my dad's older. He's very not that young. He's not like 40 or anything. He's a lot older. So when it came time for the Vietnam War, he was one of those ones that did not want to go. He wanted to do probably almost did anything not to. I think his draft card came up, but the president changed, and I don't know what president stopped it. I want to say Nixon, but one of them stopped it, and yeah, he didn't have to go. But yeah, Ghost, do you have any?
I have no like, war hero relatives.
All right, then leave.
Okay, bye.
Leave.
Um,
But
No, go ahead.
I had two of my cousins went in. One went into the Air Force. The other went into the Army as a Bradley engineer. One of the armored vehicles. I forget. I think it's the M1 Bradley.
Probably.
I forget. I have a book up there somewhere about it. For some reason, don't ask. But yeah, he went in. He came out a corporal. My other cousin that went into the Air Force got. I forget what she came out as. I think it was a either like a lance corporal or a specialist now, or a corporal. I don't know if it's different for the Air Force. I have an uncle in the Navy right now. I think he's a major.
Oh, nice.
He's been serving, I think, for 20-something years.
Wow. So he could retire now, right? And get his benefits.
Yeah, but he doesn't want to because he likes traveling.
Yeah. People in the Navy. That's always like the number one thing recruiters who ever came to the school always said. Oh, you get to travel all around the world.
Yeah, that's what my.
Wanted to go to Greece? Yeah. And like all the girls and guys would be like, oh my god, I can't wait to join. Oh, where's the papers?
Shaving my head.
Yeah, that's the reason.
I'm bald.
My grandfather.
You got the clippers with?
I'm already
didn't wanna get
sniffing.
drafted into the army.
Oh yeah, the draft was just a bad thing. I hope there's never another draft.
I actually read up on it. I looked up if like World War III happened, would there be a draft? But apparently not, because there's an excess number of soldiers.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in the reserves.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in the reserves, and the Marines are. So the Marines have always been the ones that just accepted everybody pretty much because they were, their like, I guess slogan was to turn boys into men, as they used to say it. They're actually starting to turn people down for as little as like a parking.
I'll turn you into a man.
Okay.
So
Anyway.
That's probably why they turned me down, because I'm already a man.
Oh yeah, probably.
Nah, it's his parking ticket.
Let's talk about last thing before we close it the podcast. Which stinks because we're getting into some good stuff. School. Did you guys ever have like, I know I did, and I'll tell that story. I was on a hit list for a school shooter.
What?
So this, I think I told you, at least some of you guys before. So I was in my English class. This was in 8th grade. Or no, it was in high school. It was my sophomore year. I was in English, not sure, probably the retard ones, not the remedial, but like standard English. And there's this autistic kid in the class for some goddamn stupid reason. I don't know why. The teacher was like, "Why is he in this class?" He wasn't one of those he was one of those you know, like a Tuscan Raider.
Scorch over here
And
dissing autism.
no. And this kid, he was doing some funny things, and not like on purpose, but he'd be like, "Oh, no," and like, come on, you can't not laugh. And it was, and my friend kept making fun of him. I didn't make fun
terrible.
of him. No, I never made fun of him.
Absolutely terrible.
My friend, he didn't make fun of it. He kind of edged him on though, like, and
See, I was sitting here, I was like, oh, why was Scorch on a hit list? Now I know why.
I'm always
Jeez.
nice to those kids. Like when they see me in the lunchtime, they're like,
well,
"Hey,
I do
Greg."
too. You know, you always friend them, so you're never on a hit
Sophomore
list. But
birthday, Scorch.
I sat behind him, so I was always like, if he ever asked me something, you know, like I had to like answer him. But then one day my friend was like texting me. He was like, or my one of my friends was texting me. Her name was Brianna, and she was like, yeah, I was looking. There was my friend said that there was a list and your name was on it, and I'm like, wait, what kind of list? Like a list. And then she was like, yeah, a list for like the kid, that autistic kid that's in your class. Like he said he's gonna bring a gun and like shoot up this the class or the school. And I'm like, what, dude? And then my best friend at the time, who's in the military now, he was on the list too. And and then we were on Xbox together, and I was like, dude, all right, what are we gonna do about tomorrow? Dude, we cannot go into school. What if this happens? And I was like, we both went up to our moms, and this is how our moms met, by the way. So like this kid's like, we got on the list, like, dude, it's a play date.
30 years later, oh, how'd you guys meet? Well, you see,
we were on a list. No, he was already my best friend before then, but he was on the list because he sat next to me, and I was like, Mom, I can't go to school tomorrow. There's this list. So my mom and his mom was like, yeah, you're not going to school either, and because you know you don't want to take a chance, especially nowadays, and with anybody who can get their hands on a gun, and my mom took us to the police station, or just took me to the police station, because we wanted to file a report. Like, okay, this guy is like threatening to shoot up the school. He's autistic, so that he definitely has no self-control. And the police were pretty helpful, I guess. They expelled the kid because he's had problems like that before. And I'm like, why? I almost wanted to say, okay, why is this being allowed more than once? Like, if I threatened, I would be expelled and been sent to jail. But since that kid's autistic, he's okay. He's just a little special. So, you know, have you guys ever been on a hit list or anything?
No.
Not that I know of.
no,
It was a very scary time. Like,
When I heard you say hit list, I thought you meant like for like the military when they like come to follow
SWAT
you.
kicks down Scorch's door.
No, like when they not like that. When they follow you and try to recruit you. I was
no.
My
What
brother
kind
got
of hit
nailed.
Police,
list are
open
you
up!
on?
We're trying to convert.
No,
We're
not
trying to
hit.
get you in.
Not a hit
Kicks in this door. I've heard about the military.
Have you had any like not autistic kids, but have you had any kids that were pretty sketchy at the school? That
Oh yeah, yep.
Yeah, definitely.
please explain, Rowdy. You sounded pretty.
Alright. So on my bus,
That's normal.
there's this one kid. His name was Kyle, I think, and he was just weird. Like this one kid, his name was Tom. He's been weird. Like I've known him since 3rd grade, and it took him until junior year to remember my name.
Okay.
Like my name's Brian, obviously, and he would always be like, "Hey, what's up, Brandon? Hey, Brendan, how's it going, Brendan?" And I'm like, "Tom, pal, that's not my name." And
Hey.
you know when you see someone and you're like, I don't know if they're retarded, but they act really retarded, and I don't want to ask if they're retarded.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
Tom. And his sister wasn't much better. Like, the two of them, like, I'm pretty sure their parents were cousins. I just can't confirm, but they were fucking awful. They were just so weird. And, so they were friends with this kid, Kyle. I think this was, like, sophomore year. And I think Kyle was pretty into Tom's sister, Maria. So everyone used to, like, make fun of him for that. And, like, I never, like, bullied the kid,
Yeah.
but
Right.
I never bullied
I
him,
never bullied that.
but-
I never bullied the kid that was on the hit list. I just happened to have laughed during jokes that were told at him or towards him.
like, I kind of just, like, I would make comments when he did something stupid.
I didn't help the situation. No.
No, you didn't.
But, he just kind of acted weird. Nothing ever happened after that, but then, one of my friends was on my bus, and, like, she was pretty quiet. She never did anything to Kyle, and she never really talked to anyone on the bus. But turns out that Kyle tried to stab her.
Oh my.
Well, that changed tones pretty quick.
Well,
So I forget how it happened, but I had no clue this happened until we were talking one day, and she's like, "Do you remember Kyle?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Yeah, you tried to stab me a while ago." And I was just so shocked because I had no clue whatsoever.
That's insane.
That was kind of big with Kyle. We all thought he was gonna get arrested, and then he came back to school the next year. But that's my Kyle story.
well.
Sky,
See, I don't really-
Ghost, do you have
I
any?
don't really have any of those stories. I'm
Yeah.
like, I know it sounds really weird, but I have pretty like I'm friends with a lot of autistic people because of one of my best friends. His brother is severely autistic, so I guess I never really.
This is it. Ghost is autistic. This
I
has
mean,
been
yeah.
Ghost Confessions. See you next week.
Oh, we got a lot of those.
Huh?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, what Ghost said. Like, I was never like friends with them, but like
You know, you don't want to be mean to him. I
when they
never,
say
I
hi
never
to
was
me, I'm
mean
like,
to
yo,
him.
what's happening, man? You good? Like,
I really feel bad
happening?
for him, but I
Yeah, but
never.
you laughed at people who made fun of them, so you didn't feel bad for them.
I don't make fun of autistic people or like special ed kids because of what they do. I mean, because of who they are. I laugh at what they do. So I feel like it's not too bad. Like, I'm going to
Yeah,
hell
yeah.
anyway.
That sounds a lot worse, actually.
You can't
Well,
go to
like-
hell. You survived cancer.
I'm not laughing at them. I'm laughing.
What
If
Not
they
your
were
general
normal, they'd be
direction.
laughing too. So I'm laughing with them, but they don't know it.
I'm laughing with them, but they're not laughing, so it makes me look bad.
Because it goes over their heads. They're not thinking, wow, this is funny when they're trying to, like, put a round peg in a square hole.
What? You're making City better.
This just in, Rowdy.
Rowdy hates disabled people.
Oh
I must hate you, Sky.
Let's just
What?
change the topic. Let's talk about, like,
Oh yeah, I got
crushes
one.
people have had on you.
So this was actually happened like this week maybe. So mile, right? You run the mile every year in high school. And this
No.
year I was like,
Yeah, I'm
you
kidding.
don't run it every year?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I don't have to do that anymore.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, if you're in the yoga class, you just walk it. But I'm in.
Wait, there's a yoga class?
Yeah,
No,
at my school there's a yoga class.
It's
where
because I'm
all,
in
like,
college. I don't have a gym class anymore.
Yeah, same.
I said high school, but like, anyways, the mile was a couple days ago, or whatever. And this year I was like, man, I'm not gonna run it. I don't care. My leg hurts. I'm not gonna do it. So I'm
You
walking with my
rebel.
friend. Yeah, I ran like for like 2 seconds. I started jogging, and then I was walking with them. And the teacher, she saw me walk and just shook her head, because like obviously they don't want us to walk.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
walking, whatever. Second lap, we run like at the finish line, so she thinks we're actually running. And he's like, "You just stop here." And we got like almost 6 minutes walking the first lap, and then the second lap we ran for like half of it, and we got 7 minutes or whatever. And she believed us.
What? What is
Like,
what
she
is the point
saw
of this
us
story?
She saw us walking, and she still believed that we could have got 7 minutes on a mile.
Okay.
What?
That was not
It's
very funny. That was not
It
funny
is-
at all.
It is funny.
So today's the Area 51.
Stupid. That's
Event?
not funny. You know what is funny? The joke I just said.
How was that a joke? That was just a gym teacher being bad at their job.
Which is funny.
Oh my god. That's not funny. They're just typically bad at their job. They're a gym teacher.
No, it's funny because I walked, but I still got a good time.
How-
Have you guys ever done something that, like, you misunderstood a situation and then you reacted?
Yes, I raped a girl and I thought she said yes.
Yes, you said.
I'm gonna cut that out. I'm gonna cut that out. I have to.
Hope your parents aren't watching.
Oh
Thank
my
your
God.
parents watching.
But basically,
Mommy, Daddy, I did
think
no
this was in-
rape nobody.
This was in 5th grade, and so when everyone else would go to like band practice or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
the people who didn't would just chill out in the classroom and play like cool math games.
Yeah.
So
It's the life.
this one day, this girl Bernadette, she had a crush on me for a while.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me about
And-
this. This is hilarious.
Yeah, so that was that. I knew she had a crush on me, and she was not that my type, so I didn't do anything. And and then she was also in my English class. We were reading this book called Freak the Mighty, which is
Oh, I
about
remember that. Read
this
that.
like super smart kid who was like super small, and he was friends with this big kid who wasn't too intelligent, and they were like friends and got into stuff. I don't remember, this was like a decade ago, but they were friends. Like, one of them had a birth defect, whatever, blah blah blah. So fast forwarding to that free period, I heard Bernadette mention birth defect, and her friend were looking in my direction. So me having cancer and all that, I was like, oh, she must be talking about me, this bitch. So I went up and I was like, do you guys know the song "We're the Kids of America"? Whoa.
Yeah, of course. We're American.
Okay. So I don't know how I came up with this so fast, or why it was that tune, but I just went, Bernadette has a birth defect. Whoa! Bernadette has a birth
God.
defect. Whoa! Da, na, 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 na. And she started bawling. Like,
That's so
I
sad.
was like, I don't know why you're crying when you're talking shit about me. And her friend was like, she wasn't talking about you, she was talking about the book. And I was like, yeah, sure she was. So then she ran over to the teacher, and the teacher, she loved me, so nothing was gonna happen. But she's like, was Brian being mean?
Oh
And
my
she was
god.
like, yeah. And that's one of my greatest memories of middle school.
He said, I don't know why you're crying when you're being a bitch. You're talking shit.
Um.
Oh god. I have a stupid story from middle school. It's not that long, but you know, don't comment on that. Anyway,
That's what she said.
so there was this. God damn it.
I was about to say that. We're hitting the hour mark.
There was
or-
this.
So
right.
hurry.
I'll make it
Shut up,
quick.
Scorch.
Yeah, shut up, Scourge. So there's this fight in our cafeteria, right? So now this fight started over because this kid stole this other kid's thing of milk. So they started like going at it, like this, like the one kid slammed the other kid onto like the table, like the
Jesus.
bench of the table, like slammed his head
Yeah,
into
yeah,
it,
yeah.
and then the cop went to like pull him off it, and the kid that was on top reached for the cop's gun.
Oh my god.
What?
What the hell?
What?
And that's
So
how
he
he died.
So he reached for the cop's gun, So the cop like basically put him in like a full Nelson and flipped him onto the table and arrested him.
Oh
Shit
my
was crazy.
god,
My
for
middle
some
school
milk?
was retarded.
I feel like my school was so much nicer now that I've
There,
heard these
there
stories.
was a day where there was 4 fights in one day, all at lunch. We were all there. There was all these African American kids.
Oh yeah, okay, that's a
Oh, of
recipe
course.
for
Let's
disaster.
start with
Black Air
that.
Force
Scoop.
Ones.
So there's these kids, these rats. They're ghetto. No, all right. Here's my
Say they're
thoughts.
ratchet.
Here, that's bad. Here's my thoughts on ghetto. Ghetto. I'm not saying black people or African Americans they are all in the ghetto. No, I'm saying ghetto as in they act very hood. Yes, and they don't really have much common manners. So there's just these. You know how like half the fights in high school are really stupid, or all of them are.
Yes.
They would.
Oh,
They
I got
could
a
be.
story for
Oh,
that.
dude, you talking shit, man? You talking shit, man? You talking shit, man? And it's just like they're not even real fights. Like the cops would intervene before them, and everyone would crowd around them. We had to stand on our table, just to see it. And of course, you have these white guys who run across the whole campus because they hear, "Oh, whoa!" and running here with their cameras to be like, "Whoa, bro, what's going on here, bro?" And
World Star.
yeah, exactly.
World
Like they're
Star.
running around with World Star, and there was this one where this guy just so we sit outside and there's an inside area. We're sitting outside, we're talking. We hear like screams on the inside, not like screams like "whoa" like that, but and then the doors just slam open. This guy sprinting out. Apparently, this guy was like cheating on his girlfriend, or this guy was punched another guy for cheating on his girlfriend or something. Or I don't know. This guy like beat this guy up and just fucking bolted out. He ran, I think, all the way down across the street, the school. And he still got caught, and he had to do the walk of shame back to school, and everybody's watching him. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's this other fight in my middle school where, oh my god, my stuff's falling.
Whoa!
There's this other fight in my middle school. Oh my, it was where there was this there's these two girls and they were fighting like in between lunch tables, and like one just kind of pummeled the other one. And
Oh,
I
God.
swear to God, the amount of people that were trying to see this fight, they actually stood basically on each other and created a dome around this
It's
fight.
insane,
I'm-
dude. Like
I'm
Girl
dead
fights
serious.
happen the most.
girl fights
Yeah.
happen the most. You saw my weave. Or...
But anyway, that's not the point.
yeah.
That just hold on. So they were fighting, and I ran over to like my friend who was like completely across the cafeteria, and I was talking to him about it. And I see this one, like I think this one girl fall out of the crowd and get up, and she's screaming, "I got the weave! I got the weave!"
That's the most ratchet thing I've ever heard. I
She
got the
starts running-
wave.
she starts running around the cafeteria like France when they surrendered.
She's like waving it around. I surrender. I surrender.
That's German.
Yeah, that was definitely a German.
So,
accent.
Rowdy, do you have any stories?
I actually have two.
I've only been in one fight in school.
Oh, you? I haven't been in any fights, but you. I was talking about
been.
one time you've seen like crazy fights. But...
Oh, I'll tell this one anyway because it's a good story.
Okay.
But basically, these people were being dicks to me for a while, and like I just tolerated it because words can't hurt, and if you're affected by words, you're a pussy. But
Okay.
it was getting kind of annoying, so I was like, just knock it off. And it was getting to the point where I was just sick of it. Because it was every day, they were just saying the stupidest things. And
Like,
I was
what
talking to
about?
all my friends, I was like, if they do one more thing, I'm just gonna punch them.
What were they talking about?
So,
Like, what were
I
they saying?
honestly don't, it was like freshman year, but they were
But-
just saying like, they wish the cancer killed me, or
Oh
blah
my
blah blah.
god, dude! It's probably Campbell.
It's
And,
like a common theme.
It's a common theme with Rowdy.
So, basically, he said it to me, so I kind of just turned around and punched him in the face,
Ooh, got him.
and that was kind of it. The fight ended, but I just started walking away, and my science teacher was in the stairwell there. So he saw that happen. He ran up to me, brought me in the stairwell, and was like, "Just go. I'll handle it. Leave." Because he knew I lived close to the school, so I could leave without like
Yeah, yeah.
taking a while to get home. So I went out the side door and just. The thing with my school is the track is in the back of the school, and right behind it is like I don't know what you call it, but like there's a church there. There's like a whole religious area,
Yeah, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
and
A cult.
no, but I went through the woods, got up there, crossed the street, and then walked to my house.
And prayed. Yeah.
And so he just got me out of there quick. No one saw. That was it. And then he found me the next day when I got called down to the office, and he was saying like, "Yeah, Joe Schmo started the whole thing. Brian only acted in self-defense. It wasn't his fault." And the other kid was like, "What are you talking about? He hit me first. I didn't do anything to him. Blah blah blah." So my teacher lied to the principal and all them, so I didn't get in trouble.
Oh, nice.
It was like the coolest my N-word thing a teacher's ever done. But I remember seeing him a couple weeks ago because I worked at my elementary school over the summer, and there was like a whole big event at the high school, and he was there. So I was like, I never really thanked you for that, but it was such a cool thing, and we laughed about that.
That's insane, dude.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. The only other crazy
Wait, it's
fight
Sky's turn.
or
It's
that-
Sky's turn.
I don't know.
My
Sky, I'm sorry.
turn.
Ah!
All right, that's it.
Alright.
We're done.
So to start it off, alright, they're like, I guess it's two fights. One of them's not in school, but it was still pretty funny.
Yeah.
So basically at my school, no matter what, even if like you didn't start it and you both of you physically hate each other, you're both getting suspended no matter what. It doesn't matter the reason. They could be like the worst person in
That's
the
so
world, and you
gay.
even touch them, you both get suspended. There's no
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that before.
there is no like breaking that rule.
Like he started it, and
There's
even if
none of that. If
yeah.
you touch him, you're gone.
yeah, that's so
So
dumb.
basically, the first story. This actually happened last year, I think. I don't remember. But these two, they are brothers, right? One of them's in my grade. One of them's 2 grades older. They're both pretty short. Like they're shorter than most kids. I don't remember how it started because I wasn't there, but I heard about it, and it was pretty funny. So they're brothers, right? They almost are twins, but they're different ages. They used to
They're
look
not
alike.
twins.
Okay, but they look alike a lot. That's not the point. Point is they look alike.
Just
Okay.
hurry up.
So, okay. So they were, I don't know what happened. There was an argument, and then the older one, he picked up his brother, threw him into the locker, and then and he dragged him up the stairs. Like, I don't know if this was after school or in school, and they started
Jesus.
slamming each other into the lockers like a WWE matchup, and like picking each other up and putting them on the floor.
The announcer
I
just
heard
comes
it
in.
was just the funniest thing. And they
School
both got
bell rings.
suspended.
Fight starts.
Ding, ding, ding! In
I
this
think it must have
corner,
been
we got...
so awkward because they're brothers. They live in the same house.
Yeah,
They're
they
both
probably do it all the
suspended
time.
for 2 weeks. Their mom has to deal with the fact that
2
they're
weeks?
fighting.
That's
I don't know,
insane.
2 weeks, whatever. And the next one, it's out of school. It was like elementary school. It was a while ago, so it's not too much in my brain. But I remember I was with my friend and his little brother who looks like a turtle. They were playing basketball, right? And he hits him in the head or something. It was something
With the
stupid.
ball, or...
Yeah, the ball. And then my friend who he had anger issues, he took pills and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He threw his little brother on the ground, started kicking him, and then I was like, "Yo, what are you doing?" I started recording, like hiding it so he wouldn't know. He
Oh my
took like the garbage cans from the side of his house and started
Oh my
throwing them on his brother. His brother was bawling his eyes
Dude,
out.
what's the problem with siblings in your town?
I don't know, but it's so funny. Because it was elementary school, right? So the younger one, I think he was in maybe 3rd or 4th grade, and then we were in 6th grade. And he was just like beating him. He was bleeding like afterwards. I was like, "What are you doing?"
It's
What are you
insane.
I got-
doing?
I got that on video. It was pretty funny. I don't know if I have it anymore. But
If you do, send it to me. All right,
It's
we're
just this group chat.
we're hitting the hour and 15 mark, so we're well way over our time. I'd like to have you both on for next week, and we could talk about like other stuff. I would like to talk about house parties and stuff because I got a few of those.
I got none of those. I don't like.
Yeah, none of those either.
Well, only been to one house party like that's been like a stereotypical house party, but the other one is just like
I only have one that's like worth telling a story about.
yeah.
I do have one where somebody got pushed down the.
I've got one where $17,000 or $13,000 worth of jewelry was stolen from my
That sounds
house.
fun.
From my house. So
Mine was just a girl smoked weed that she didn't react nicely to and started like freaking out.
oh, nice. So I think that's it for this week. That sounds like a pretty good stopping point, right, guys?
Sure.
Yeah, so we
Yeah.
did Gmod, we did war stories, and then we went to school stories.
Yeah,
So that's pretty cool.
yeah.
And hit lists.
Yeah, hit lists
Hit list. That one really weird.
and rape. I should probably stop talking about rape.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it.
That's it.